It is about 24 minutes after 7 o'clock on a Friday morning. You could say Jaguar like they do back in England. Just don't say Jaguar. A lot of people here in Texas say Jaguar.
I'd say it's a Jaguar. Jaguar. Yeah, a Jaguar.
Yeah.
But on the commercials, I always think it's funny because I'll stop and I'll be like, because they say Jaguar.
No,
it's like it doesn't even sound like.
No, they say Jaguar.
Oh, it's got a little more of like a, I don't know.
I don't know.
More something to it.
Well,
fancy. It's a fancy car that we can't afford. So.
Right. Ed Wallace, what do you think?
Well, I think that here in Texas we can shorten it and say Jag, and that gets by for everybody, doesn't it? We've got the new F Type Coupe, and no doubt about it, this car is just stunning to look at. It's worth the price of admission just for everybody that will walk up to you and go, what is it? This car is beautiful. Now, we'd already done the convertible, and what Jaguar's done is get away from their British luxury coupes with that British Jaguar drive and go back to, let's say, their heritage, where these were actually sports cars. And in the case of a sports car, this F Type, guess what? It is a British Corvette this time around. And it's got a great ride and drive to it. Now, like a lot of sports cars, including the new Corvette, it's kind of noisy, if the truth be known, when you drive down the road. But you expect that so you can pick up the road noise and, more importantly, the engine noise. We've got three engines, a V6 that puts out 340 horsepower, a V6 that goes 380, and then an 8-cylinder engine that puts out close to 500 horsepower. Now, when you get to the interior, believe it or not, if you just took pictures of this, this is where it's going to remind you and make the direct lineage over to the Corvette. It's a coupe, small interior, although nicely well done. The air conditioner, freezing cold in this car. And that's really an improvement for Jag over the last decade or so. The controls are easy to get to. The one thing I'm missing on the navigation that they really ought to put on it, a lot of navigation systems today put up the speed limit for whatever road you're traveling on, and I think that would be appropriate in this car, because driving at 70, 75 miles an hour, you kind of feel like you're doing about 45 or 50. And you even have space in the back, although this is rather dark at this moment. It goes all the way back up to the seats. It's not going to hold anything particularly tall, but it's got a lot of space to, let's say, pack up. If you come home with your Jag and you end up divorced, you can pack up all your goods and take off in it. The base price on these, $65,000. This one's very nicely equipped. Not the very top of the line, it's $92,000. But where people have thought about the Jaguar coupes in the past as that luxury coupe to drive around town, like I said, Jaguar's gone back to their real heritage. This is a truly great sports car. And its direct competition is actually the Chevrolet Corvette. With that, y'all have a good weekend.